The town of Webster is looking to move forward with a temporary development moratorium. This includes all large-scale solar projects, data centers, large lot resident, or any large-scale. Josh, what is the large-scale residential? Is that what it is?
Greater than 5.
Yes.
Bigger than 5, not
more.
large lot. That's different.
Yes.
Anything in the commercial zones, and is that it for what's being developed?
That was the highlights, yes.
Yeah, so we've gone forward. We had the workshop, we had the public hearing, we discussed, we sent to the county. The county then just stamped it local. They didn't, I don't know how detailed their review was, but they said this is a local matter and we're eligible to decide on this for that. And with that, I would like to make a motion to approve local law number.
I have a question first.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
I watched the planning board meeting last night, and there was an application before the planning board that has been to the planning board multiple times, but did not receive its preliminary approval. And it kind of bumps up to this moratorium. So my question is, does this project, because it's already an active project and it's been before the planning board, is it allowed to move forward, or?
No, it's not.
No.
The bright line that is drawn is projects that have been granted preliminary approval. So any projects that haven't, regardless of whether they've appeared before a planning board or a zoning board today, if they haven't received preliminary approval, then they will be subject to moratorium.
Okay.
It's my understanding, and Josh or Kyle, correct me if I'm wrong, but this moratorium still allows that project. Developers, can they come before the town board and request relief?
Yes, there is a provision which an applicant can request that relief from the town board. So we have in there the criteria for such review.
Yeah. If that does happen, I think it's very, and Garrett, we talked about this earlier today, that it's very important that this board has an active conversation regarding that. Because if we were to grant that, it's setting a precedent that we really should consider whether we want to do that or not.
Well, that goes back to the Article 78, arbitrary and capricious is their favorite word. So if there's a board, we decide to grant an exception to somebody, we need to have, and Kyle can help us get there, a very framed, reasoned decision to get there and a benchmark we measure it. Otherwise, they're all going to be deemed arbitrary and capricious.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And everyone's going to come
Anybody
to
can
us and get shut down and sue, and then it all becomes pointless. So we've got to really focus on the nuances and the details. Also, there's some communication on the emails before on what the town did or didn't do and what legal has approved or not approved. I know, Alex, there's some confusion about that. So, Kyle, can you clarify what you've approved of the process or the email exchange? So it got confusing if you were approving the resolution or what we got back from the county in it.
So what I'm approving is the process by which the moratorium, the text of the law was submitted to the county planning agency. General Municipal Law 239M requires a submission to the county planning agency, and they have 30 days to respond. In this instance, they provided their response, which, as Alex noted, it was stamped local. Josh had reached out for clarification as to whether that was the sum and substance of the response. They indicated that it is. But that would fall under the section of the law where they can report that it has no significant citywide impact. And doing so by stamping local, that's them kind of rendering their decision on the matter and sending it back to this town board for consideration.
Had you researched all that prior to that? Because it seemed like your approval came out via an email and then we looked into it. So I'm trying to just clarify when you approved what.
I approved the process by which it was submitted to the town board, or excuse me, to the county planning agency.
Okay. Correct. So I think we should need some clarification in the email exchanges internally amongst the board of what legal is approving, or would we let Kyle speak for himself going forward to avoid these?
So the other point that I want to make, and there's what is called ORES in New York State.
Yeah.
It operates out of the Department of Public Services, and it stands for Office of Renewable Sightings, and it deals with specifically.
If you sit more than 6 hours a day, you need this cushion. I bought this ergonomic memory foam seat cushion thinking it would just add
Large solar farms. So what this office has done, it works directly with these foreign companies, solar companies, that these solar companies do not have to come to a local board for permission to, to build these 1,000-acre plus solar farms. So with that being said, I guess my question is, this moratorium also covers solar farms?
Yes.
It was listed on the workshop. It was
No,
listed on what was
it
submitted.
absolutely does. My concern is if one of these large solar companies wants to come into the town of Webster and put 300 to 400 acres of solar panels, my understanding is, and what I've read, we have no jurisdiction whatsoever. But it's a fight I'm willing to have. Let's put it that way. And I'm glad that language is in there.
John, I'm not familiar with the department that you're referring to. I can certainly look into it.
You're going to be
and get you an
surprised.
answer.
Yeah, I mean, it's just an interesting legal nuance of
It is.
their overreach is very high normally. I don't remember, John, looking at if their overreach extends to a moratorium as well. It either does or doesn't. There'll probably be a very clear-cut legal answer from Kyle of.
Yeah. I mean, they're putting it on bird sanctuary land. And they're overriding the DEC.
Correct. In the local towns
Right.
zoning codes. And that's the pushback of government. The federal and state government do different things that rolls down to the town, and we're stuck dealing with it.
Yeah, it was put into a budget deal back in 2019
Couple years
or
ago.
20, I think
Yeah.
it was. Okay.
Any further questions? All right, with that, I'll make a motion to approve local law number 2, implementing a temporary development moratorium within the town of Webster.
Second.
Supervisor Sheldon,
Aye.
Councilwoman Wright,
Aye.
Councilman Cahill,
Aye.
Councilman Hunter,
Aye.
Councilman Wagner.
Aye.
Josh, thank you very much for working on this and everybody else that was involved in this moratorium. Appreciate it.